There have been a lot of testimonies, there have been a lot of cases. I do not want to scare you, and it is not my intention to frighten you, but it is protection. You just do not know what energy, what vibes, or what is happening around you.
Hello, thank you very much for watching the videos. Now we want to talk a little bit about the devices, but not about the device itself, but to review some things that come to happen.
Witnesses. Strange, paranormal things.
Yes. That to me is evidence that they are doing something.
They're working.
A very repeated case is that the metal nanoparticles, the powder in the back, here that is bronze turns black, or the wires look like they are burned.
The burned wires start to look like little spots on the device that didn't have a burned wire.
That's not a defect. I have heard a lot about silver in matters of symbolism. Energetically that it burns. And I have been shown silver and it looks as if it is flamed.
It is the protection of silver.
It is as if there was an energy there that interacted at the molecular level with the silver and made that effect. The same here when they look burned is because something energetically. Everything is electromagnetism. The energy interaction modified them, altered them in some way, and then it is a sign that they are absorbing some effect from the environment.
Yes, because it is very intangible the way in which the devices attract energy and transmute it. Everybody has felt this energy. Well, usually you are in a room and you are with your friends and suddenly someone strange arrives that you do not know and generates a strange sensation. Whether it is good or bad, it is a foreign sensation to what you have not felt before.
And for that person is the same.
So the energies are something very palpable. The energies are something very latent, that we have from everything that is intangible, life on the physical plane.
Yes, because for example what I said to a metallurgist acquaintance, is that he asked me, "Hey, but is it sure it is bronze?" Because he told me that bronze oxidizes to blue or green. He asked me, "Is it sure it is bronze?" And I told him yes. I checked the bottle and it clearly says bronze powder. It is not something else. And he said because firstly it is encapsulated and there is no way for oxygen to enter through the resin or water, or any contaminant. And if it did, it would oxidize, it would be a different color. He told me that there is no explanation. I don't know, it must be something else. Didn't they paint it? And well, no. So it is something that is outside the normal traditional scientific parameters.
From what we're always saying, well, from what you're normally explaining.
It's something out of the convention because I can't tell you for sure. Oh yes. It was an evil eye or witchcraft. I don't know. But obviously, it's something out of what could normally happen. And another very common one, and this happens to almost all of us, is that the quartz starts to be noticed, but especially the citrine.
And the citrine is not visible. If you notice, it is white, transparent.
It goes from white going through yellow to transparent.
It has all these tonalities and encapsulated in the resin. The most transparent ones disappear, others you can only see the outline or you can see the shape in the backlight if you see them against the sunlight.
I don't know what it is that the sun helps, because with artificial light you can't see it, but then the ones that are transparent you can't see them. But you can see them against the sunlight and you can see them, and 1 or 2 weeks later it appears as if they have broken, but it is the figure of the quartz that stands out.
The outline of quartz, right.
And that is only demonstrating that the quartz is vibrating. And as the resin is viscoelastic but not flexible, the quartz is vibrating. It is as if you had the quartz inside a glass and it moved inside the glass. The glass would crash. Here the same thing happens. The resin crashes, separates from the quartz, and what it is demonstrating is that the quartz is vibrating because of the magnetic field.
Some time ago a friend told me, but then they all break. But no, it's because of overwork or the load they bear.
There are cases like your friends.
Yes, like Vianney, a friend of mine. Greetings.
There are cases in which they break apart, and it did not fall, It was not hit or anything and they are crashed from the quartz.
Yes, she sent me a picture and asked me what happens with the resin. Do the devices still work? Friends, they continue to work even if you drop it, and if it chips or breaks any part, it doesn't matter. It continues to work as it is the function of the device. The point is that she told me that at night she fell asleep with it on, and when she woke up it was already broken. So I tell her that there have been cases. I don't want to scare you, and I don't mean to scare you either, but it is protection. You just don't know what energy, what vibes, what is going on around you, and the point is that where the device works, you just don't know what is going on.
And the point is that where it broke was due to an excessive vibration, excessive energy concentration, which could also have been electromagnetic, but in general this has not been the case, because if I put this as close as possible to a radiation antenna, no matter how much energy it has and it is inducing, it does not break. That is to say that there must be other types of effects. There is another case of a client of a long time ago, a friend of mine, Lucy, if you see us, greetings, who was going to have an eye operation, and she sent me pictures of the skull she had, which is a protection that in theory replaces your etheric body, to absorb all those energies. It cracked, the eye of the operation, on the side where she was going to have the operation. It cracked in a round shape, and also, consulting with more specialized people, it is confirmed that it did not break it on purpose. Even if it had been on purpose, trying to break the resin in a circle, it would break completely.
It broke exactly in the shape of the eye.
There is no other explanation other than, there was a protection, at her surgery, that something could have gone wrong perhaps, and the skull absorbed it, so that is another very important point of proof that they are protecting you. Or transforming something, transmuting your energy.
Transmuting your energy.
It is not that they are doing witchcraft to you. Or maybe they are or not, but the point is that the devices are transforming something.
And it is protecting you.
I see them as synchronizers with your subconscious. So if something in your life, or in your dreams, for example, could be that simple, it was going to take you from where you wanted to be, it transforms it.
Yes, because there have been several cases, there have been testimonies of this type, and it is that the resin does not break like glass that shatters, it breaks, cracks, and break a little bit too. There is another case of a friend, Irene. She had a bracelet of 7 archangels of the flower of life, and the bracelet broke in 4. And she sent me the image and told me, hey, this is very strong. I explained to her that there is no way that the resin can break unless you hammer on it.
Besides, we do repairs, and when we want to take out the quartz, we have wanted to break it.
And it doesn't break so easily.
It breaks into pieces. Not a perfect cut. Even if you cut it with the Dremel, it doesn't cut perfectly.
Then I explained to her that it was protection, and she asked protection from what? Don't scare me. And I told her that I didn't mean to scare her either.
That's why I see it as an energy transformation of some kind.
And many quartzes are protection quartz. I once saw an episode of these paranormal programs, where the mediums and those who feel things and the priest go there to bless a place. And they showed an external person, who was a journalist, who was taken as the testimony of a normal person. Then the medium gave her a necklace with black tourmaline. She told her to put it on. Protect yourself. We are going to enter a place where there are energies. There are strange things. The vibe feels heavy. You are the main witness of what we are going to see here. They enter the place and they start to feel, and with all these devices that measure the waves, all the paranormal phenomena, and they start to communicate. The journalist is horribly frightened, in a panic. She is getting really scared and she leaves, because she starts to feel things, that they do to her, that they move her and everything. Then they leave, and at that moment they are talking. They are asking them, what did you feel? Did something happen to you? And she begins to narrate all her sensations, and just as I am talking to you, you can see how the tourmaline comes off and falls. Then she says to the medium, look, the necklace that you gave me fell off. Then the journalist bends down and picks it up, and the chains are not broken. It is as if I had taken it off and taken it out, and everything, and threw it away. and you can see in the video how it falls off.
That would also demonstrate another effect that happens later on, that although the chain is glued with epoxy resin and we have found a way to make them be held better and better and better and better each time, there are still cases.
There are fewer and fewer.
Less and less each time. If I put it on, and I do the same, and in fact, I have never glued my device, because I never handle them so hard, but nothing happens to them. And there were people that the day after they got it, it fell off. And that is another example of something that is happening, of a modification on energy.
It is not for being uncool with a friend. And normally you know the people and how you know where they are limping, or you know what the problem is. So if you are also looking for the protection, it is because something is bothering you or something you feel. One thing is to look for harmonization. Another thing is to look for protection. Another thing is to look for healing.
Healing would be the same as part of protection. Maybe, in fact, already at the moment when you are looking for a talisman, to call it in general. For something it is because you feel that something is not right.
And in this crazy world there is always something, so that's what they are basically looking for, protection. Sometimes they ask me is which one you recommend or which one they need. I tell them, protect yourself, whichever one you like first, veil it, and then we get into it and see how you are and which one suits you. But mainly what I tell everyone, protect yourself, and these are the testimonies of the devices if they are useful. The quartz, the magic of the quartz and the power of the quartz that are blockers of harmful energy, and if you have the device on most of the time, it will transform it, and the device can literally save your life. So comment, consider it, check the comments, some testimonials out there that we have not heard, write them down, we pay attention to them, and anything else we are always on the lookout for.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, take care of yourselves.